let me introduce you to those guests who will tell you some of those stories. There's Nomfundo from Shield, South Africa, and she is going to tell us all about Sbonisitiski, because next to her sits Quade. Quade is the man who made his dream come true and went all the way to Chelsea to show the skills, to train and to experience it, all courtesy of Shield. We'll hear that story. Moving on from there, we will talk to that man. It's Junaid Hartley. What a footballer. Bafana international, played all over the world, including at France with Lens, but right now, he's a man who is recovering from a drug addiction, and he is here to tell you all about how it began in Christmas time so many years ago. We can't wait for it. Junaid, it's good to see you. You're looking fantastic, and your story will be powerful at this time of the year. Moving on to this man. When I tell you that Phil Masinga played against Paolo Maldini, played against Zinedine Zidane, played against Francesco Totti, played against Andrei Shevchenko, beat Arsenal, scored a brace against Arsenal, played against the original Ronaldo. Oh, it doesn't get better than that. Phil Masinga is coming to studio, and we'll talk about those glory days, and then we wrap things up with Gareth Brown. Gareth, well, you've decided to turn your back on television. You've decided to turn your back on corporate. What are you doing now, Gareth? We're going to find out from you. Gareth Brown, from way back in the day. You'll never forget those days. Gareth, can't wait to talk to you about Simunye and the journey that's happened since then. But now, let's talk about the latest when it comes to news stories. We're going to go through this quickly because there are too many good stories lying ahead of us today to waste any time. Let's start out with rugby news. Rugby players had an opportunity to choose the guy they like the most in what is called the Players' Choice Awards. And with those Players' Choice Awards, they voted that Siya Kolisi was the Rugby Player of the Year, as voted for by other rugby players. He beat off players like Roscoe Spetman, Warren Whiteley, Makazolo, Mapimpi. They all had to take a back seat to Kolisi, who played 12 of the 13 Springbok tests this year and was huge with the Stormers. So, there it is, Siya, we're proud of you. The SA Rugby Awards will be coming up early next year, and we'll see if he is able to repeat the performance there. But rugby players themselves say Siya Kolisi is the man in the game right now. And then, moving on to the man in the game. Oh, they do not get better than this man. Chris Gayle broke the record, the most number of sixes in a T20 game. He smashed 18 sixes playing for Rangpur Riders in the Bangladesh Premier League. That happened earlier this week. Did you hear me? I said 18 sixes in this T20 encounter, and he scored 146 runs off 69 balls. He broke his own record. His record before that was 17 sixes. Chris Gayle is unstoppable. The Gayle force, when he gets going, just does not stop. And just thought we'd give you a glimpse of that new record. If anyone asks you at the water cooler, I wonder how much the record is for the number of sixes in a T20 game. It's 18, and it's Chris Gayle. Moving on to what's going on as far as the cycling world is concerned, because this man, 4 times he's been the Tour de France champion, 2 times he's been the Olympic bronze medalist on a bicycle. And Chris Froome finds himself in a little bit of a sticky situation, because at the Vuelta a España in September, that's the Spanish race that took place there, he was tested, and he came back with a test that had a little bit high in terms of the asthma drug that he was taking. It's called salbutamol. And he says he spoke to the doctor. The doctor said you can increase the dose for your asthma. The drug test in the urine said, "Aye, Baba, it's double what it should be." They're not saying anything serious just yet, but it could be serious or it could be nothing. But it's out there, and Chris Froome is saying that he's ready to deal with anything. He has done nothing wrong, but an athlete of that kind of stature in a sport like cycling that's been so ravaged by stories, if you go way back to Lance Armstrong and the drugs involved there, to now, he may be, he's going to be really looked at. Let's just say that. He's going to be looked at. Hopefully, Chris Froome can walk away from that, and they can say, not serious, not too bad, carry on with the career. Great, great rider. Then, we move on to our last news story for you, and this one is tremendously interesting, because guess who's coming to South Africa? He's coming for the horses, but it is the fastest man on the planet for so many years. Usain Bolt will be at the richest race day in South African horse racing. He's coming out for the Sun Met, and it is taking place on the 27th of January at the Kenilworth Racecourse in Cape Town. Usain will be there. The race has got a tremendous history going back 134 years. The stakes, 5 million to the winning horse in the Met, and then another 15 million rand in the other races. But I'm not much of a horse racing guy, but just to meet Usain Bolt, I think I need to be at Kenilworth. I mean, what are you doing on the 27th of January? I think I have got a date with, just going to rub shoulders with him and say, Usain, yeah, you're fast. Let's go on the track. Let's try and see something. I think I can take you. Let's move on, though, to the Absa Premiership and what happened this evening in the Absa Premiership. We got just 2 goals to show you, but those 2 goals came, first of all, with Mamelodi Sundowns in action against Maritzburg United, and it took Sundowns all the way till the 64th minute before the goal did come. And that goal came from the man who's currently in form for them. Percy Tau has turned the corner. The form is there, and he is now just seemingly unstoppable in terms of what he wants to do and try with Sundowns, taking them to the top of the table and cementing their place. Here he is in the box, past the defense, finds the spot, which is through the goalkeeper's legs. That was the goal that separated the 2 teams. Maritzburg United come crashing back to earth after their run over the last week or so, and it's all smiles. Even Patrice Motsepe himself was on the pitch to celebrate the victory tonight. Free State Stars up against SuperSport United, and Matsatsantsa, well, as much as they've had games in hand and everyone said, well, they should easily make their way to the top of the table if they just take those points, it looks like nobody's going to donate them, because Free State Stars are a tough kettle of fish. They're difficult to beat, and they will also bounce back from the 3-0 loss against Celtic over the weekend to beat Matsatsantsa, with Pelele Mthembu Shaka Zulu coming up with the goal to give Free State Stars 25 minutes into the game the 1-0 advantage, an advantage they would hang on to. But is this a case of United's fatigue starting to show after that long campaign in the CAF Confederations Cup? There's Brocky and Grobler trying to combine, couldn't do it, and there he is. Free State Stars win it. Now, let me introduce you to the man who is South Africa's one and only sports comedian. He's been doing it for nearly 5 years. He's undefeated. He is the heavyweight of humor, and he is none other than the Shampoo-nizer. Tonight, he's going to be giving you a little sample. Tomorrow night, he's at the State Theatre live. His comedy show is taking place. Get to the places that tickets can be bought. Get to the theatre in the morning. Get your tickets. He's beefed up the lineup. It's not just him. It's David Gayle. There's so much happening tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in the hot seat. Shampoo-nizer. It's going to be too good. It's going to be lit.
I'm even putting in Atama Fokate and his girls to open the show.
Don't lie.
This is a proper like, year-end function. So you know what to do, man. Buy those tickets and we'll see you guys tomorrow at the State Theatre.
See him live tomorrow. See him live, State Theatre in Pretoria. But now, heavyweight of humor.
Yeah, man.
What have you got?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I'm really happy. We can have a show next week for Merry Christmas.
You need to be inspired. You know, like there's a saying, behind every successful man, there's a strong woman. Not when it comes to Father Christmas. He's been alone forever, Joe. Father Christmas is like solo. It doesn't play games. Alone. You've never even heard like Barry, maybe anti-Christmas or a side chick Christmas. No, alone.
Lone striker.
Alone striker. So you just say alone, Papa. No side chick. Side chick Christmas. But then they'll give
He's like Phil, lone striker.
Yeah, they'll give you wrong things. I'm very excited about EFC 66 happening this Saturday at Times Square in Pretoria. The Mad Penna, 12-0, undefeated. The bantamweight champion will be fighting. He's short, Thomas, shorter than you.
So ring. Like I don't understand how shorty. What way can a guy? Because shorties can fight. What ring? Baby Jake was short. Now what are you saying?
Are you saying you're a babe?
No, I'm saying he was short, but he was a world champion more times over. So don't put short in part of his CV. Just say he's a great boxer.
I just don't take short people serious, especially Banyana. But you know they wear like the short girls wear high waist jeans. So now I'm just saying that the Mad Penna is fighting. You see now you're taking me out of this. The Mad Penna is fighting and I can't wait to see him. What rapper, man? It's short so. What rapper got Lenas? What's Lenas? It's sharp, complicated. So it's what's happening with the Mad. So can't wait to see on this coming. So Usain Bolt is coming here.
Yeah.
To the horses.
To the Met, the Sun Met.
To run against the horses.
No, not run against the horses. Man.
So he's not running?
Yeah, running against
but
the horses.
But he's coming here.
He's going to be here.
Let's not waste money. Joel Santo Villagaz.
But where would you put your money? Horse or Usain, if you were betting?
Horse or Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
Dude, we need horses. Any car with horsepower wins. I've never seen any car with Usain Bolt in it. Never.
I want Bolt power.
I want Bolt power. I want everything. There's a team called Orlando Pirates. Pirates, what's up, man? You know, like you guys, sometimes I get like sad every time I speak about Pirates. Because just when you think they are winning, a goal comes in. Ogar net ya bona na le hoza. Ogar he bona ball hoza mtana. Oh, now get your own goal. Hoza mtana. Pirates is such a frustrating team. Eshabile Micho agdina bolela ka catering. Yeah, they give me rooibos with no tea and everything. And no, I'm like, hey, man, forget about catering. This team has to win. We're not busy catering. Stop. And talking about Steve Compella. Steve Compella used to be a teacher, ne? He used to be a school teacher. I can see Ronaldo's symptoms of another school. Where's another school? But it's wrong over and over. If also have a kalim, about stop. Liena, lose fans say Compella must go, starts winning. Where's the weakest one? And we never the legends. Dali Papa. Chiefs has living legends who are still playing. Did you see the age group? Chabalala, 53. Parker, 71. I even saw teenage ladder warming up. Like, no, I know. No, I'm like, yeah, no, this is the PSL that I know, man. But unfortunately, man, Sundowns you won. Sundowns and everything. But you know what I took out of the game? Bruh, they are kicking that ball. You know how black people buy cars, Miss Danne? Or no crackle and then this was Pesita. But you know the ref had problems. We're not even going to waste time. Referees, it's 16 days of activity. But if you keep doing what you're doing, I have a video just to give you a taste. Whoever you are as a referee, the red cuts out. This is what could happen to your life.
You should thank your lucky stars. Don't ref in India because this is happening in India.
It's in India, yeah.
So referee...
Look. The referee... What orange one? Are.
Then, then referee says, red card, Ispani, assistant, flag. Gone through the gate. Offside, then they chase him. Then I think, okay, if it
no.
Does he escape?
No, doesn't. Look. Baba to go military. Look, referee. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yay! That's always a red card for life, that one. If we check it, Orlando Stadium, that was from Orlando straight to Bimville. Well, the referee, who's on top of the league right now?
Sundowns,
ne? And who was there?
Before what?
Before Sundowns?
Oh, but
it was Baroque, ne? In my time.
Shampoo will be back throughout the rest of the show. So, what we want to hear from you is this. You can get hold of us on Twitter as well as on Facebook. And we got legends. We've got legends, absolute footballing legends. When it comes to Junaid Hartley, his football career needs no introduction. He scored a brace at the Under-20 World Cup against a team that had Thierry Henry and Trezeguet in it for South Africa. He's done so much in his football career. Froome, a singer, took us to the World Cup, played in Italy, scored against Arsenal. So what we're saying is just send us your questions. What do you want to hear from them? What do you want to say to them? Send them through to @Sport10TV, and we will try and get through 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 of your questions when they come into the studio. Break time. After the break, we will talk about Sporty Sitiski. We'll find out how one young man's life came to an absolute climax in that he went to Chelsea. Shield made it happen. He was there. He trained. Man, I can't wait for this story. It's coming up after this.
A dismal 2014 World Cup for South Korea had one consolation: the promising performance of young winger Son Heung-min. Now 25 and the most expensive Asian player ever, Son is ready to help his nation atone in Russia. Tottenham paid €30 million for him in 2015, and despite a moderate start, last season was his breakout year. 21 goals, including more than a handful of match winners. He was the only player to win 2 Premier League Player of the Month awards, and after solid performances in the Rio Olympics and 2018 World Cup qualifying, Heung-min is crucial to South Korea's chances of going deep into Russia.